Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about is the stuff like that Blizzard has been up to lately, right? Like I was joking with you that there are several gaming companies that are competing for who can be the worst gaming company ever,
Mm.
and I feel like Blizzard is a pretty strong contender in this one. So yeah, this is just an article on Diablo Immortal, which is Blizzard's new mobile version of Diablo, which because everyone likes Diablo. Sure, it's a cool game. Kind of made the ARPG, uh, turned it into its own kind of genre. You played Diablo, right?
I played a little bit of Diablo 3,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I had mates who were like obsessed with Diablo 2.
yeah. It's kind of fun. It's like yeah, I enjoy it. It's very simple. You don't really have to be that good at. It's a game like for people that suck at games, but it's kind of fun. It's chill. So,
Bold,
but so
bold claim.
yeah. Well, but anyway, yeah, Blizzard's in a lot of trouble because they already do shitty things, and then now this game is just riddled with microtransactions, and it's actually been banned in several countries now too because it has loot crates, which that's basically like gambling, and certain countries have decided to call it gambling, so they ban it, so that feature is just not available, and so the yeah, says here that several high profile names have recently walked away from the free to play game, such as this person here, Quinn69, who spent $15,000 and only got one maxed rank legendary gem.
Christ.
Yeah, so that's one of the main things they're saying about this is, yeah, down here it says here, they estimate new calculations estimate that a finished Diablo Immortal build could cost as much as $500,000.
What?
Yeah, I know that's totally insane, right? $500,000 to actually get all of the good stuff in the game, and I mean, because you can obviously do it by grinding for it and whatever, but the game is fiercely pay to win, and if you have to pay 500,000 to win, what's just imagine how long is it going to
Just
take.
just play a different game.
Exactly. Well, what's the point? Why would you bother playing something that is pay to win, but then even if you pay to win, you still can't. There's people can still pay more.
But more brand loyalty.
Hmm. And so yeah, they're saying here that um, what's they saying here that they're shuttering its one company is they don't well, they stream it or something, and they've put 10,000 hours of streaming into it, but then they don't but they've been told to like remove it, and but they don't want to, basically because they've invested too much already. And so everyone's saying that this game is just completely predatory, and I think it is kind of getting to that level.
Are we at that? Are we in that age where you can be just a not just a, but you can be a cell phone streamer?
I guess so. Well, apparently you can play this game on the Steam Deck, but
Hey,
like so a lot of mobile games you can do that still too. But yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who stream Candy Crush. I mean, I've seen people stream Peggle, so she had big tits, so that always helps. Yeah, but see, man, I just think this is total scum, eh? Like microtransactions have kind of been the death of gaming, and mobile games are kind of they always have microtransactions, right? They don't actually make proper
well, yeah,
games.
because most games they're like on the App Store they're free, but like say that you're playing um like a Dragon Ball Z game or some shit, and like for you to be able to do 10 consistent um summons, that's like 1,000 in-game gems. You can accumulate gems like by doing other content, but it's like the option for you just to like drop some cash and get like thousands of summon currency to summon sort
Yeah.
of dealio.
Yeah, and the thing is, they sort of design it, well, deliberately kind of targeting children as well. They
Mm,
they because that's what happens, right? Is that heaps of parents are just checking their credit card bill and then seeing like $5,000 charged to some random gacha company, and it's
mm,
kids because I mean, straight up, if you have an iPhone out there, never ever have it like on. You can do this thing where you can pay for stuff to confirm your payment. It does like a face scan. You know, it used
yeah,
to, because normally it used to be like confirm payment, enter your password. But
or
now,
thumb
yeah,
fingerprint scan.
and then it became thumbprint, and then now it's like face scan. But I think that you should never do that. Never have that enabled because you can accidentally purchase something. And also, it doesn't give you the time to change your mind because it happens so,
Mm.
like, because if you have to put in your password, I don't know about you guys, but I fucking hate putting in my password. It's like the most
Because you've got like 10 different passwords and you're not sure which
yeah,
one
it's
you
like
use for a certain site.
it's a rigmarole. And then because of that, I've literally had times where I'm gonna pay for it, but then I go like I can't be bothered putting my password in, so I just don't buy it. So like that's the thing. It gives you the time it takes you to put in your password and all this stuff. It gives you a chance to rethink your purchase.
Rethink your life, reevaluate what you're about to do.
Exactly. And if the thing that you're about to do is pay money for a mobile game, never do it. That's the best advice I could give.
I mean, I'm all for buying mobile games. Like they've released some of the older Dragon Quest games
Yeah,
on,
I agree.
on
I
cell phone.
well, I purchased Stardew Valley on
Yeah.
cell phone, and it's like $10. Like that's so worth it. So there are plenty of good mobile games that aren't that maybe they're not free, but then that's those anything that is free is not there's there's
Premium.
yeah, exactly. So you probably end up paying more anyway,
And at
especially
least if you're buying like a say Dragon Quest 8 on Android, at least you pay your the money for it, and the game's yeah, it's an older game, but it's complete. You don't have to worry about being badgered about buying add-ons or buying like
mm,
different in-game currencies to refill your stamina or some shit.
mm. Yeah, I the mechanic I hate more than anything is having to wait when it
Mm.
goes like you have to wait 5 hours before you can finish this, and I was like, well, I play games to do it now. Like that's the whole point, is to do it now because while I'm playing the fucking game. Why would I want to come back later? I'm here right now.
Or it's just like, yeah, they'll have it wasn't Clash of Clans. It was some. I remember at one of my old jobs, just all the guys, and when I mean guys, I mean like these
Status.
grown. No, 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 no. These are like grown men have kids
Oh my
sort of
god.
deal. And they were all playing this cell phone game, and like yeah, if you were to build something, it will take like if you're just starting out, maybe 2 minutes. But then as you level up,
Yeah.
uh, creating something will take like maybe 5 hours. Or you can use the in-game rubies or whatever the
Mm.
fuck they are, and that will instantly build it for you or cut down the time. It's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how you
Mm.
that's how you're gonna make your monies.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I wish I wish you could remember what game it was because I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. There's another one that I forgot. See, these games are so shitty, you can't even remember the fucking name of them. That's how that's how trash they are. And then there was one game like that where at one point to level up, it would take like a year. It was going to take a year to do it without paying. So like, what the fuck? Like, that's so insane. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, mobile games are all shit. If you play mobile games, you're not a real gamer. That's what I say. But so yeah, back on this topic of Blizzard though. You know,
What a storm.
this is already the company that are, you know, everyone's going after them because they're toxic masculinity and shit, right? It even says here like you can still see what I'm streaming, right? Just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike Ybarra.
Yeah, so yeah, Mike, yeah, but I think he's the boss of Blizzard or something. But then that's because that's the thing, like so he says he welcomes the challenge of changing the culture at Blizzard. But then, see, you know, they say this stuff, but I don't know. It's hard to say what is and isn't bad, right? Like, because it says like has been singled out as a symbol of male dominated gaming community's worst impulses, specifically those that include boorish frat boy like traits, alleged inequities, yeah, and harassment. So, I mean, some of the things that they were talking about were just on a Friday, people would be drinking in their cubicles, and it would become like kind of a party. And you know, there's plenty of jobs out there where you start cracking a few beers on a Friday, right? I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, sure. Look, if sorry, if we're talking about straight up like sexual harassment of the guys harassing the girls at the company and stuff like that, sure, that shit is bad. But if we're just talking about male nerd kind of culture, party culture, that then what the hell's wrong with that? Gaming is primarily for guys. And so why does it surprise anyone that the entire team of creators is mostly guys? And then
And we sound like a
they
bunch of drunk dude bros.
yeah, and then they want to do guy shit. Like so that's kind of the stuff that I think is kind of yeah. So it depends on what exactly is in this lawsuit. So sort of depends. But then it says because then this article here is going on like they're calling it sexist and so on because they're talking about these pay inequities, which is always a load of shit usually. So because they're saying that blah blah they because he was appointed in 2021 after the first female co-leader of the company left amid reports of unequal pay. And it's like, look, maybe you're not paid the same because you're just not as good. Do you think that's possible? They they always go on about this pay gap shit, and most of the time it's just total dog shit. It basically like when you look at the stats and things, basically like women just don't do as many hours. They don't do as much overtime. They take more holidays. They have more sick days. So it's it's
But
nothing to do.
sweeping generalizations are harmful.
Yeah, yeah, and so it's and that's the thing. It's they have no proof that it's actually because of discrimination. I'm sure some of it maybe is. Maybe you have some sexist boss like that. Probably exists somewhere, but
There are like I would say it's like there'll be more than a few like unsavory bosses.
sure, yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Of course, I mean I've had douchebag bosses
Yeah,
that
we've
and
all had shithouse bosses.
so it wouldn't surprise me if some of them are sexist and whatever, and that can affect.
Yeah,
But I think the majority is there are other explanations for why men and women aren't paid the same and things like this. And yeah, I mentioned a few of those already. And because the thing is, when it comes to working more hours, you only have to work like 5 hours more per week, and that the kind of accumulation of that adds up much more than just 5 hours. Because well, one, you save because any money you make extra, that's savings, you know, and savings compounds. So it's
but
your
then you have
life your lifestyle doesn't necessarily increase. But then also if you're doing an extra 5 hours per week and no one else is, well, when that promotion opportunity comes around, they're going to look at the books and be like, oh, well, this guy does an extra 5 hours on everyone. And when you add that up over a year, you know, you're looking at like an extra 200 you're 250 hours more experience than everyone else who started at the same time as you. So who are they going to pick? So you don't actually have to do that much overtime to actually ascend the ladder. And I think that's the problem. If men on average are doing 5 hours more, work and women aren't, well, that's who's going to get picked for the promotion.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't expect to go onto this rant. I didn't actually think this article contained that, but that's just what I have sitting there, you know.
It's
Um,
awoken a beast in you.
yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff is just total bullshit. Like, again, unless we're talking about straight up sexual harassment, I'm like not interested. Most of the stuff is just garbage feminist nonsense. And then they go blah blah, Black Lives Matter, hashtag Me Too, etc. etc. Um, I don't know if this is the article I was looking for, but basically, there's an article out there. The CEO or whatever has basically just gone out and defended Diablo Immortal. They're just trying to,
Whoa.
yeah, yeah. So because everyone has gone off about how uh, shitty it is and how much it rips people off, and then they's just gone out and been like, no, it's fine. Like, you know, is this it here? So 15 million installations for Diablo Immortal. Oh, because it's also received like the lowest rating ever on many game sites, but basically just because everyone hates the microtransaction aspect of it.
Mm.
And he said blah blah. Um, so this guy is a World of Warcraft dude. Um, Too expensive. So yeah, this is the way he sees it. He's like, they wanted to give everybody a free Diablo experience for hundreds of millions of people. When they can
Where they
do,
can literally do 99.5 of
see,
everything in the game.
yeah, yeah,
Whoa.
well, that's a big 0.5 when that
Yeah.
0.5 is a massive deal when you can't get any of the decent equipment without spending $500,000. That's so fucking ridiculous.
Just have more money, bro.
Hmm. And so there's been 110,000 user reviews, and apparently most of them are bad. Like, so I was saying, so 50% of players are new to Blizzard. I suppose that's kind of what it could be, is that they just make a mobile version to hype the new Diablo,
Mm.
Diablo 4, which actually comes out not too far away. Because, I mean, look,
This
that's,
year?
I think it's this year. It probably says here somewhere. But see, that's going to be my problem with this, is that everyone is going to complain about the shittiness of the mobile game. And then all of those same people that complain are going to go out and buy the new one on day one.
Well, I thought you were gonna say it's just like it'll be a fair amount of people's first experience with Diablo, and it's just like, nah, it was good, but I was absolutely filtered by the microtransactions.
Well, I hope that's actually what happens. I hope people are just like, a lot of people are just disgusted by that game, and then they sort of protest with their money. They don't buy the new game. More stuff about claims of sexual harassment. Yeah, here we go. Workplace alcohol consumption. Yeah, this is it. It banned workplace alcohol consumption as one of the key contentions of the suit. Was a frat-like office atmosphere. But there's just people drinking and stuff on a Friday. Like, is that really a big deal? You know, these are gaming companies, right? Where do you know what the crunch is?
I was just about to say, it's like when you were talking about overtime and shit, it's like, but what about the crunch?
Yeah. So if you don't know, the crunch is basically when a game is getting to that later stage, they'll basically ramp up everyone's hours, make everyone work an insane amount of hours just to get it over the line. And usually that I don't know if I'm sure they still do it, but it usually comes with massive bonuses as well and all sorts of things like that to, and because if the game does extremely well, you'll get a massive bonus. And but this crunch thing has led to games that do badly to people get actually paid less than minimum wage on average and all sorts of shit like that. Because yeah, if you're on a salary but you do more hours, you don't actually get more money and
Mm.
all that kind of stuff. And so imagine if like it's this, you're dealing with this crunch thing they're asking you to do like 20 extra hours a week or something, and then all you want to do is just have a beer on a Friday, and they're like, "No, you can't do that now. It's banned."
Rip.
Mm. See, here it goes. Look, of our new hires, 30% identify as women. I wish it was 50-50. Why? Why does that matter? Like, if to make a game, why does that matter? I'm pretty
As
sure,
long
like,
as the person has the right tools and skill set for the job.
exactly. And they made incredible games back in basically in our day, in the 90s and stuff. Every game developer was either a white male or Asian. And those games were amazing. So it's not like, I don't know what like adding diversity is going to actually do to these games. So Activision Blizzard as a whole is 80% male. Fucking shocker, man. You think that when we're talking about like 99% of the audience, you're shocked that 80% of them are male? That's just so stupid, man. Why do people actually buy into this bullshit? I just don't get it. Yeah, so um so here they're saying blah 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 blah. But they're saying here that Blizzard pay equal pay for equal work. So female employees on average earn 1.01 for every dollar earned by men doing comparable work. So now they're saying the women actually earn 1 cent more. That is unacceptable.
You're putting your foot down.
Well, considering that it's, well, why wouldn't it be? When we're talking about the exact same fucking job, why would it be different? Like, if you go to a supermarket and there's male employees and female employees at the checkout, they're going to be on exactly the same wage. Because it's like,
Unless someone's like a supervisor.
no, but then that's not the same work, right?
No.
If we're talking about the exact same role, these places, when you're a big business, everything is automated. You paid exactly the same. There's no difference, because why would there be? If it was the case that for exactly the same job, women were paid less, like, usually what it's like 80 cents for the dollar is usually what they say. If women were paid less, if you could get away with paying a woman 80% of what you pay a man, why don't you just hire all women? Then you'd save 20% on wages, and then there'd be nothing to compare as well. So, but that's bullshit, because businesses would 100% do that. If you could cut 20% off your wages, they would fucking jump on that immediately. Cutting 20% out of your wages is massive. So that's how you know it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, totally. Blah 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 blah. Okay.
But I think one of the main takeaways is by the sounds of it, new Pocket Diablo is fucking scummy and
Big scam.
predatory.
Don't
Big
don't
scam.
play it.